I've had a bit of a rough week this week, to be honest. And whenever I feel like this, there aren't many things that can make me feel better, but something that always seems to work and improve my mood and my brain in general is getting outside, and specifically looking for dingoes. So I've come to a favourite spot of mine, and yeah, I'll be here for the weekend and see what I can get. Just switch off for a while, and yeah, hopefully it helps. The weather is pretty average. It's super overcast and predicted to rain and storm, so I'm not expecting anything amazing. I think getting some shots of dingoes in the rain would be pretty cool. I have taken my camera gear out in some pretty awful conditions before, but never torrential rain, so I guess there's only one way to find out whether or not it can withstand that sort of treatment. It's still super overcast, but I think a big storm has rolled through today, which means that the footprints that I'm seeing and tracking should be fresh, which works in my favour. Yeah, maybe it'll clear up before sunset and we'll get a spectacular sunset, but I doubt it. It's a bit windy. That's alright. We'll just have to make the most of what we can get. It's a little shark egg. Maybe a Port Jackson shark. Good sign. Right here. And there. There's some wind-swept tracks, so you can see where the wind pushes sediment and stuff. It collects in the paw prints. So it's going the whole way up here. So it's pretty wild. I don't think I have very strong chances of seeing anything. So I'm just going to set up camp here for a while, pick up rubbish, because there's a lot of it. So this is from maybe 10 minutes worth of looking. Tons of rope, plastic, fishing lures, fishing line, bottle caps. On one tiny section that's not even the most popular part of the national park. Once again, all fishing stuff. You can only imagine how much damage that sort of hook and the line stuck to it could do to any animal. Specifically, I'm a bit biased towards dingoes. It's all dark and scary here, but beautiful and sunny there. But the wind is coming this way, so that storm's coming with it. You can certainly feel it coming. I'm gonna head back to where I came in. Probably just sit down there for a while until the storm rolls in, and then I'll head off, because by the time I walk to a place where I think there's another pack, I think the rains will set in, and then I won't be able to film anyway. So that is the beautiful Notch. I nicknamed her Notch because in the top of her ear, one of her ears, there's a chunk missing out of the top. So I wasn't feeling particularly creative that day, I guess, and I called her Notch. And I've been filming and photographing her for over a year now, and she's just got the best personality, and it's so fun to photograph. I love it a bit. I don't know if you can see, but that's her little head popping out of the dunes there. She's so quick. Notch will, she keeps wandering along the beach, and then she'll stop, put her nose in the direction of the storm that's coming, and then start to head in a different direction. So I don't know, maybe she knows something that I don't, but she's starting to pick up the pace a lot more now. And you'd think that they would stand out really obviously in this sort of landscape, but once she's into the dunes, you can't see her at all. She's so quick. She's on the horizon there, I can see her now. I don't know if it'll show up on this, but she's just up there. But even if I was sprinting, which obviously I can't with this and my backpack, there's no way I would even come close to keeping up with her. The way they move through the landscape is just incredible. Notch has completely sprinted off now, so I can only assume that that means that the huge storm is coming. So I'm going to head back to the car. That was unreal. I got some shots that I'm really happy with, as I always do with Notch. It's 6 o'clock now, so I'm going to go get some dinner, head home, and then I'll head out for sunrise tomorrow morning, hoping that the clouds clear after this storm rolls through, and tomorrow's even better. I don't know, we'll see. It's amazing how quickly seeing wild dingoes improves my mood and makes me feel alive and a sense of purpose and yeah, motivation to help these guys, because at the moment they need all the help they can get. I didn't end up walking all that far. It's probably only about 7 k's, which for this area really isn't far at all. It's usually upwards of 10, but it's just hard work in the soft sand, going up and down the sand dunes with all of the heavy gear and in the wind, so all the sand's like hitting you in the eyes and stuff. It's pretty tough going. I have a bed to sleep in tonight instead of a swag, which is a very welcome change. The original plan today was for me to go out for sunrise this morning, but overnight the storm hit later than I was expecting, and it sort of passed through around 6 o'clock this morning, so there was probably no use for me going this morning, so I stayed in bed, which was a nice surprise. And I've just spent the day doing the most boring side of filmmaking, and that's data wrangling. So organising all of my files into nice and neat folders. But it's now nearly 3 o'clock and I'm heading back to where I was yesterday. So odds are I'll probably, hopefully, run into Notch again, get some shots of her, and probably try and get some shots of the actual landscape itself, because I have a lot of shots of dingoes on the coast, but I don't really have too many shots off the coast without dingoes in it. And showing the landscape gives context to where the dingoes that I'm filming actually live. And I think it's important to show just how hostile is probably not the right word, but desolate the environment is. So I'm going to try and show that. I'm going to head back to where I was yesterday, and I don't know, I'm thinking I should hunker down and just wait until I see Notch, but I'm worried that I have so much footage of Notch that, I don't know, I'm not showing enough like diversity and coat patterns and personality, or whatever you want to call it. So part of me is thinking of walking south, further south, to a pack where I know the alpha female has really, really striking patterns. I call her Alpha because she has like scars all over her face, and she just looks scary, to be honest. She looks like she's been through hell, and I'm sure she has. So it'd be nice to see her. Haven't seen her for a while. So yeah, I'm not sure. Depends how busy it is. It's the last day of school holiday, so there might be some people down there, and it's a beautiful day, so wouldn't be surprised if there's some people around. Okay, safe to say there's no one here. So this is a really good example of something that I love that dingoes and some other animals do. It's called direct registering. So see here, their footprints are just in a straight line, and it looks like there's only one of them, and it's just jumping from one to the other. They put their hind foot in the corresponding paw print of their front foot and then just alternate, so it only leaves one set of tracks. So it's just a dead straight line. This is another 10 minutes of searching. Got a big plastic ring, bottle caps, lids, oh, tiny plastic, paper cups, straws, whatever that is. Surprise, surprise, more fishing rod. This stuff can get stuck on anything. It can be very, very dangerous. There's some nice fresh ones. We'll sort of congregate here, assuming she had a sniff of that. So I've just climbed up here, trying to get a good shot of a white-bellied sea eagle, which I didn't manage to get, but I did find some dingo poo. It's a very scenic spot to do your business. I don't know, I think if I was a dingo, I'd probably want to do it up here. Another hour's passed, still no sign of anything. I don't know, maybe we'll get some shots at last light, but usually not she'll be here by now. Yeah, I'm not sure where she is. Hope she's alright. I think it's about time to call it. If she hasn't come by now, she's probably already hunkering down, or she's coming out after the sun sets, but yeah, I'm gonna head back to the car. As soon as the sun went down, it got really cold, and I haven't packed anything warm, so it's a bit of an incentive to get a wriggle on. So no luck today, unfortunately. Very few signs even of any dingoes. There was a couple footprints around, but yeah, no activity tonight. Yeah, I got some B-roll of the white-bellied sea eagle that I'm happy with, so I'll probably be able to cut that into the film somehow. Yeah, it's obviously disappointing whenever you go out and you don't see what you're hoping to see, but that's just sort of the name of the game, really. Hello. So these guys have radio tracker collars on. I don't know if you can see. There's a team doing incredible work in the area to monitor where these guys are at all times, and that tiny little collar can track them 24 hours a day. You can see, very healthy male. It's great to see. I haven't seen you for ages, buddy. dingo sighting, at least. I first photographed him maybe 2 or 3 years ago now, and he was part of a pack that had a very healthy litter of pups, which is super exciting. I don't know if he was the alpha male breeding with the alpha female. I don't really know if there's any way to tell, to be honest, but he was around. There was another dominant male in the area, and he was there, and so was he. So maybe he's just a subordinate male, I'm really not sure, but he was helping raise the pups, which is really awesome to see. And where he just was then is very close to the pack that he was a part of before. So maybe that means that he's still a part of that pack. He has a really interesting face. It looks like he's really old. He has really white features around his eyes and his nose and mouth and everything. So he kind of looks like a very wise old man. I have no idea how old he is, but he's been around since I've started photographing and filming dingoes. So that's about coming up to 3 years now. I think one of the best ways to tell how old dingoes are is through their teeth. So usually when they're yawning, I try and get some shots because you can tell sort of by the decay and how good a quality the teeth are. Pups. Oh, there's some yellowtails. I love you! Sorry. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I was saying, so I look at dingo's teeth, and that's how I do a rough estimate of how old they are. If you look at a pup's teeth, or like a juvenile, their teeth are like immaculately clean, generally speaking, immaculately clean, and really, really sharp, and just look like they're something out of a textbook. Whereas a older animal obviously has been chewing on things for many, many years, and their teeth have decayed or cracked or just completely snapped off or missing, and that to me is usually a good sign of how old they are. I'm really grateful for the support that these videos have gotten in the last few weeks.